This week on Lights, Camera, Akron, we take a look at the protests that happened in the Student Union. Also, one of our reporters attended a drag show for the National Coming Out Day here at the University of Akron. We also had a sit-down interview and a sneak peek at Humans vs. Zombies here on campus. All that and more on Lights, Camera, Akron, your source for news, events, and entertainment here at the University of Akron, which starts right now. Welcome to this week's report of Lights, Camera, Akron. I'm Casey Hodgkiss.
And I'm Amanda Marotta. To start off this week's show, our reporter Heather Daniels attended the protest in the Student Union about the leadership of President Scarborough.
Why are the students and faculty so upset? Let's find out.
My name is Heather Daniels, and we are here at the Student Union covering the protest about mismanagements of Scott Scarborough. Hi, William Williams. What are you doing here today in the Student Union?
I'm here because the Board of Trustees are having a meeting.
All right, and why is this happening?
Why are they having a meeting? It's their regular meeting. We're here because we do not believe the university should be run straight into the ground, which is the direction it's headed right now.
Why do you think it is going to be run into the ground?
It's being run into the ground because of President Scarborough and the people in charge and the Board of Trustees. That is, they have put in place policies which are just about as opposite what a university should be doing as you could imagine. For example, there's the famous now you see it, now you don't budget deficit, which exists if you want to fire 200 people, but which doesn't exist if you want to put in a grand entrance.
Dr. Diane Vukovic, what are you here for today?
Well, I'm here representing the Retirees Association. I'm the current president. I was also here at the university for many years. I'm Director Emeritus of Developmental Programs here.
What benefits are going to be represented for you today?
No real benefits personally for us or for any of the retirees. We're just very concerned and disturbed, dismayed, however you want to phrase it, about all the current changes that are happening at the university. And the changes that we think are going to have a negative effect both on the quality of the educational experience the students get from being at the university, and also upon the town and gown relationship, which we've worked so hard to develop with the greater Akron community. That was based on trust, and I'm not sure that trust is there any longer.
Many people showed up for the protest against President Scarborough's leadership. Among them are professors, faculty, students, and alumni. Jessica, so I noticed you're walking around with your sign. What is this for?
Well, it's about responsibly managing finances at the university, because the focus is to corporatize for profit instead of education, and that's what the university is for. Universities were founded for education, not for profit for other people. And it's very sad to see an institution that has such well regard within our community be mismanaged so badly.
What do you think we can do as a university as a whole to make this happen?
Well, I think that everybody in the university is, almost everybody at least, is represented by one of the groups that is involved to one degree or another in the shared governance stuff. I think continue to be as involved as you can in those kinds of things, ask questions, attend these kinds of rallies, continue to push, and have a reasonable understanding that there are ways in which people can work together to make this place work very well. This is a good university.
And what can others, faculty and students do to help you and help our voices be heard?
Take to social media. That's as much voice as you can get out there. Come to whatever, sit in the middle of the commons and shout. Anything and everything that you do helps. come with us, even if it's just for 5 minutes, just stand next to us to show him that united we stand, divided we fall.
You heard her. Come and let your voices be heard, everyone.
That was a very interesting protest. I hope for their sake that their voices are heard and their opinions are taken into consideration. On to some entertainment, our reporter Julie Aki attended a drag show in honor of National Coming Out Day. The event was held at the Student Union Theater. For more information on this event, we send it over to Julie.
The University of Akron's ZIPS Programming Network, or ZPN, marked the 27th anniversary of National Coming Out Day by hosting its second annual drag show event in the Student Union Theater on Monday. The event is held to celebrate differences in sexual preference and gender identity, as well as bring awareness to the U of A campus.
So what's going on tonight? We're having, a bunch of queens come down here tonight, and they're going to showcase their talent, and they're very good at what they do, and they're very proud of who they are, and that is the point of National Coming Out Day, is just being who you are.
The event showcased lively performances by local drag queens who worked the runway and had the audience lip-syncing right along with them, with such fierceness that even RuPaul would be proud.
We're here to entertain and make sure everybody feels welcomed, and we're here for the National Coming Out Day show.
Here to aggravate, irritate you, and make sure you enjoy yourself and have a good time. If you don't, that's your own fault, because we love to perform.
The show encouraged students and the community to celebrate diversity while embracing one's own unique identity. A cause that had everyone that evening praising the show and its performers.
I thought it was awesome. I had a really great time with my friends tonight, and I love the performers. They did a really great job.
I thought it was great. The crowd had a lot of energy and the performers were awesome. It was a great time.
Though U of A offers a safe harbor for students of all walks of life to be themselves, there's still a long way to go.
It's just being accepted, and a lot of people are going through the times where their families are not agreeing with some things of us changing our life and how we perceive it to be.
I think now it's more getting to other people starting to accept and realize it, and I do have to say the best part is how we have, it's a 50-50 anymore.
People can be very cruel, but when you learn to accept them for their faults, you learn to accept yourself and learn to do as much as you can to bring everybody into a happy feeling and accept you the way you are.
Many men and women of the gay, lesbian, transgender, bisexual community, or GLTB, have had to deal with the backlash to their decision to come out and to be themselves, leaving these men and women facing not only the lack of societal acceptance, but family acceptance as well. Monday's drag show was more than just encouraging acceptance of the GLTB community, or even the electrifying performances of the night. The performers, along with the ZPN, brought awareness to the global pandemic of the HIV virus, as well as how to protect against the disease.
I am HIV positive. I have been for since the 90s, early 90s. And that is another thing that we have to go through and accept people for what they are.
The night was filled with exciting performances, all in the name of a good cause, to be unique, to be yourself, and have the courage to stand by your convictions. This has been Julie Yaki with Lights Camera Akron. But before we head it back to Casey and Amanda in the studio, we are going to leave you with a little montage of what the night was all about.
This is my fighting song.
I have to say, I honestly have never been to a drag show, but it sounds very unique.
Unfortunately, we have to take a short commercial break.
But don't go anywhere. We will be right back with more news and updates. Hello and welcome back from the break. On to more news for today. My co-host Amanda Marotta had the opportunity to sit down and discuss an ongoing event here at the University of Akron known as Humans vs. Zombies. Let's see what it's about.
HVZ, or Humans vs. Zombies, is actually not an official organization, but the four of us are actually getting together and we are trying to form a new organization called Zip Strike, which will be a completely Nerf-based club that involves Humans vs. Zombies, Capture the Flag, and other versions of Team Battle.
Okay, so basically the way that Humans vs. Zombies works is when the game starts, most players are humans with the armband around their shoulder, and they carry around their Nerf blasters. They only are allowed to have them out when they're outdoors and on Akron campus. And then a few people are chosen to be original zombies, and those people, they carry their armbands on their shoulders like the humans. So no one knows that they're zombies until they tag someone. So you're kind of paranoid until the game actually gets going. Once they make their tag, the person who becomes a zombie and the original zombie both take their armbands, put them around their head. Any person tagged during the game by a zombie who becomes a zombie wears their headband around their head. This allows the humans to determine who is a friend and who is a foe. Humans can defend themselves with their Nerf blasters. If they hit a zombie with a Nerf dart or a marshmallow, sock ball, anything like that, they stun the zombie for anywhere between 45 minutes to 10 minutes, depending on the game. And when the zombies are stunned, they take their armband from their head and they put it around their neck so that people can tell that they're stunned and they can't make any tags in that time. Basically, at the end of the 2-week period, or however long the period is, whoever is human wins, and the rest of the zombies have a good time.
The games that Zip Strike puts on have taken place on campus and on campus and in any campus areas. The UAPD asked us to shut down the game due to the recent Oregon shooting because there's such a close proximity to our event and having there be Nerf blasters on campus. People were unsettled by seeing them, so we were asked to shut down.
We do Humans vs. Zombies because we think it's a lot of fun. We also know that other people around campus like playing with Nerf guns and running around and acting like a little kid again. So we provide an outlet for that. We have 400 people playing this semester. We did. And then in previous semesters we had somewhere between 100 and 200 people playing.
We have a website, which is uakronhvz.com, but also anyone who goes to the source and asks what's going on with all the people running around with Nerf blasters, they'll answer, it's Zip Strike.
I had an amazing time sitting down and discussing Human vs. Zombies and learning about their organization Zip Strike. The next segment is with our very own producer, Cody Ricci. He covered a discussion about the rise in tuition fees with former Governor Ted Strickland.
On Tuesday, October 13th, at the College of Business Administration, former Governor Ted Strickland came and met with the University of Akron College Democrats and University of Akron students about college debt. What did you take out of former Governor Ted Strickland's discussion with us?
I honestly felt like for one of the first times in my life that I met a politician who cared and who cared about the people he's interacting with. I definitely took apart that he's got a vested interest in education, and on top of having a vested interest in education, he has a vested interest in, me as an individual and everybody else here as an individual. And it was really heartwarming to feel that on a bigger scale. Obviously, he's been places that I never will go, and it's nice to feel it.
College debt is a huge problem throughout our country today. Former Governor Strickland spoke a little about the statistics for college debt in Ohio.
The cold hard facts are that about 70% of all college graduates in Ohio are leaving with their degrees and an average debt of $30,000. That's a tough place to be when you're starting out.
Along with students graduating with debt, each year universities are now becoming more and more expensive, and with the rise in tuition, someone has to take the blame. Former Governor Strickland believes some institutions themselves have lost track of their primary missions.
I think the institutions have some responsibility, because I think some institutions, and I don't want to be misunderstood here, and I'm not directing this toward certainly any administration or any particular university, But I think some of our institutions have forgotten that the primary mission is the student. And so universities have become a lot of things, a lot of nice things, good things. But what they are, in my judgment, they should be first and foremost is an institution that is focused on providing an education to students.
Universities offer a form of financial aid to students whose parents really don't have enough to take out loans for their students. And if students are granted financial aid, some are very limited to what they can get. University of Akron College Democrats President Dominic Grossi shared his input on this topic.
The aim should be to first of all, change society's attitude to really appreciate and value education as the investment that it is. Second, we need to expand educational support that the federal government provides to include more students. You know, one of my good personal friends, Ozzy, he falls into the donut hole, where his parents make too much to be able to take out enough loans for him to go to school, but they also have 5 mouths to feed. So he's not able to get an education because they just can't afford it, and he can't take out any more loans because of his already outstanding debts in supporting his family. You know, sad stories occur every day like this. And now more than anything, I feel the federal government needs to step in and expand educational support for so many more students so that education isn't such a hurdle to achieve and to climb over.
That was very interesting and opened my eyes to what we are paying as students.
I would certainly like to see cheaper tuition rates. Graduating with debt is just something I'm not looking forward to.
I'll be thinking about this over our next short break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Lights, Camera, Akron. That was our final commercial break.
Does this mean our show is almost over, Amanda?
Yeah, but we have more segments to cover. For our Woman on the Street, here's Jade Marshall. Take it away, Jade.
What is your favorite event to attend on campus?
I seriously haven't really attended anything on campus.
Movie nights. I love the movie nights.
Movie nights too.
I like to play intramurals. I really like the movie theater events and the student union.
My favorite event would have to be zip soccer. They're pretty great. They entertain.
Floor hockey and basketball.
Favorite event, I'd have to say going to the Akron Zips men's basketball games.
Also, they have Friday night events in the student union also that are free to students.
Intramural sports. I would say the soccer game.
They have events in the ballroom. They have different ones. I like going to just experience.
And I would say Anchor Splash, which is coming up this Saturday, is honestly one of my favorite events. The soccer game is so fun.
And I really like the game room.
Probably the same. It will be the soccer games. You know, they're the most fun. Soccer team goes out every night and they rock the house. Basketball, and I like volleyball.
I love coming here to the union and playing the piano.
They filled the hill.
Definitely had to be pool.
I could say I'm a little biased because I am in Greek life. And they get it done every single night.
If you remember from show 2, we had an interview with a hypnotist. But what organization brought him here? Julie Yaki met with members of Residence Hall Programming Board to discuss their role.
Residence Hall Programming Board, or RHPB, is a University of Akron campus organization that's mission is to help make students feel part of the U of A family.
We plan campus events geared towards Residence Hall students. Our main goal is to make this campus a home for them, for people that are away from their families and their friends. So we plan events that get them to come out and try and build that community within their halls.
RHPB brings students exciting programs that's aim is to not only entertain, but to help students feel like they're part of something bigger than just the traditional college fun.
It's a big thing of bringing the entertainment to campus so that students can enjoy different entertainers.
The program puts on 2 types of events. The 909 series, which is a bigger series and brings in entertainers such as bands, comedians, and hypnotists, such as Michael C. Anthony, that we just saw in our last episode. And they are actually held at E.J. Thomas Hall or even the Student Union Ballroom. But if you're looking for more of a low-key event, the second series is the 717 series.
The 717 series takes place in our Student Union Starbucks, in which we have like spoken word poets, singer-songwriters, more low-key, people kind of hang out, and we give our first 100 attendees free Starbucks and tea.
Why the name? Well, both series start at, you guessed it, 9:09 p.m. or 7:17 p.m. If you're wondering when you can check out the next exciting 9:09 or 7:17 series, feel free to check out their Twitter page or even follow them on Facebook so you can make sure you can catch their next event.
Well, a big thing with us this year is we're kind of reaching out to different students on social media. So we're making sure that we kind of connect with students so they can follow us on UARHPB on either Instagram or Twitter, and you can also like us on Facebook. So you can go to all those events, and we promote well in advance so you will know if we have events coming up.
But this group is more than just about planning events. Our HPB also gets involved with the community.
We participate in like the breast cancer walk, the MS walk. We do an event called Sam's Rock-a-Like, which will be taking place in November, in which all the different halls on campus can put like a dance together, people who live in their halls, and we collect money for multiple sclerosis. So it's kind of like an event that we put on that's also serves as a fundraiser for MS.
So if you're looking to be part of the RHPB family, the application process begins in spring semester.
So you heard it right here. If you want to get involved with RHPB, check it out. Anyways, this has been Julie Yaki with Lights Camera Akron here with Casey Polaris. Now back to you guys in the studio.
We do it at 9:09 and 7:17.
Unfortunately, our time is up.
But we hope you enjoyed our news, events, and entertainment for this week.
To know what's going on at the University of Akron, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Also, be sure to check us out on Instagram. That's all for tonight's Lights Camera Akron. I'm Casey Hodgkiss.
And I'm Amanda Marotta.
See you next time. No. Like you were actually moving. My co-host, Amanda Marotta. Is that right?
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to make sure.
Learning about their organization, Zip Strike. The next...
That was very interesting and open.
Did you see my face?
I'll be thinking about this over our next short break.
Okay.
We can start that over. Please don't put that as a blooper.
This program was produced by ZTV at the University of Akron. To find out how you can make Emmy-winning media, visit the UA School of Communication online. ZTV. Make media. Make a difference.